Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. Today is September 20th. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. If you guys are scrolling through Facebook World and you see the red live blinking button to your left, I'm live. Stop by, say hi. If you're not and you're watching the replay, just go over and type replay in the comments and I'll know that you stopped by and saw. Let me get to where I need to be, make sure I am in the right spot. I am. Can you hear me? Let's see. Yep. Okay. And I can see live chat, so we're good to go technology-wise. We are going to be using the Sweet Jar stamp and bundle. This is an online exclusive. It's been out for a while. The reason why I'm kind of bringing this back in is there's a new Christmas stamp set that goes with this that was just released. It is called Jar of Joy. So just wanted to bring this out and remind you of the goodies. Don't forget about your old stamps and punches and dies. They can be used. I mean, you know, you bought them for a reason, so continue to use them. Anyway, we're going to be using the couple of different stamps, the hearts. There's a couple of different little hearts. This was, again, an online exclusive, so you'll need to go to StampinUp.com to order it if you would like. Make sure you select me as your demonstrator before you put in your order. I would really appreciate that. But this is the cute little treat box. It's just a little slider box. The lid slides on and off. So, and then it says sending you a little a little treat your way. Let me see if I can talk and read today. But they are the perfect size for these little Bath & Body Works hand sanitizers. Cute little gifts for teachers, co-workers, just a little something, something. I will say I saw this on a picture that Laura Siki, I don't know if I'm saying her name the right way, but she kind of had it in the background of one of her photos. And I was like, what? I think she was giving them out as goodies for her club members. And I thought, that's a cute idea. And so she didn't have any instructions or anything. I don't know how she made hers. I just came up with the dimensions for mine. So before we get into that though, again, let me just go over some housekeeping. 3 levels of creativity. We offer something for everyone. So we have step-by-step kit instructions for our beginners, quick and easy mix and match options for the intermediate, and then of course creativity your own way for your avid scrappers, crafters. So, and I will say I love our kits. We have them in card and scrapbooking form. Our card kits, these are the ones in the brown box that you can go on to StampinUp.com and purchase these. You can see exactly everything that's in these. They are all inclusive. They come with your stamps, your ink, your cards, everything, your adhesive to make the projects. You just take your box and go. These kind of go in and out. The reason why I say that is they are constantly revolving. They come out with 2, sometimes 3 new kits every month. So these are constantly changing, rotating in and out. These are our monthly Paper Pumpkin subscription kits. So you have to be subscribed to get these, but these are kind of a little treat, a little gift to yourself. They come to your doorstep every month. You don't actually know what's in them. We get sneak peeks. So the sneak peeks for the ones that are current right now, this you have to be subscribed before October 10th. It is going to be Christmas themed. It does say that there's flocked detail that looks like stitching. And then another sneak peek was this right here. So I can tell that we're going to have some laser die cuts. And then right here, this little image is right here. So we're going to have some of those. And then we also have dies that you can get. It is an add-on. It does not come in the kit. It's item 167855, but it does have the joy in it. So this is the one that coordinates with next month. It also has a great die. These dies are every quarter, so they're meant to go with the next 3 months. So October, November, and December. So here's kind of a sneak peek at what's to come on the future ones. But I think even next month's, I want to say it's Christmas. I think they have said something about the next few are going to be Christmas related. So you can get an early jump start to your Christmas crafting, your Christmas card making. But with those dies, you can keep that fun going. You know, normally on our kits, we get enough to make 9 cards if it's a card kit. Usually there's 3 different kinds, and you make 3 of 3. Hopefully that makes sense. But that will let you jumpstart your way into your Christmas crafting, your card making if you send out a lot of Christmas cards. The kits are very easy ways to do that. So, and you can get more than one if you want. Excuse me. So, just a couple announcements for what's coming up very fast. World Card Making Day is October 4th, so not next Saturday, but the Saturday after. I cannot believe we are already into this season, the holiday season. Stampin' Up! Is going to be doing a free event from 2 to 3 Mountain Time. And if you register, you get a free treat. Usually that means a coupon of some sort, usually $5. So if you're going to be turning in an order, even if you're not going to do the event, you can register for the event. Like I said, it's free, and get that coupon. Now, I'm just guessing that it's going to be a coupon because that's what it's been in the past. I could be totally wrong because, you know, I'm assuming, and that's, you know what that means. What they will be doing, though, is the Handmade and Heartfelt Kit, which is item number 166213. The kit is $32. It is not free. The event is free. So if you are ordering this, you might as well go ahead and register. You can put yours together with Stampin' Up! I hear Sarah Douglas is going to be doing it. So, again, it's hearsay, so we'll see. But it makes this cute desk organizer, and this is made out of some really good, sturdy, thick cardboard. It's not just paper, so it does have some oomph to it. But it also makes 10 cards. It does come with a stamp set. So if you're going to be ordering this item anyway, you might as well register. But if not, I would go ahead and register. You can still watch. You can still partake in the event and get your treat, even if you don't have this item. So, but some really cute cards for all season. Wishing you the best, thinking of you, happy birthday, thanks, hello. So a great group of 10 cards. And the other thing that I want to announce, give me just a second, is they are coming out with this. Now this does not begin until Tuesday, September 23rd. This is an advent calendar that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with. And if you can see by this lady's hands, this is big. This is not like some little bitty advent calendar. but it counts down 12 days, so 12 days before Christmas. And it is item number 167335. It is $99. But in saying that, let me explain why. And this is while supplies last. So if this is something you're interested in, make sure on Tuesday, September 23rd, that's this coming Tuesday, that you get it. Because I don't know how long they've only ordered so many. This is the first time they've ever done this. So I think they're kind of doing like a trial and seeing how it goes. This has exclusive, so never seen before, dies, paper, embellishments, stamps, and I mean, they are good size. So again, I would say this is a box and it opens up like this. So it closes and it opens. And I want to say this is like a 12 by 12 piece of paper. It may even be bigger than that. But I mean, you can kind of see the size there. But again, it's $99 and you're going to get several products, and it's not even Christmas themed products. We've been told that it is all seasonal, so you can use it throughout the year. And this is the only way to get those dies, paper, embellishments, and stamps. So if you want to be on the in, that's what's going on. That's all the announcements that I really have. Have you guys been enjoying the new holiday mini catalog? I'm excited. This is my favorite time to craft. So I really love gift giving, little treat box and cards, and that's just the way I show my love to the people around me. And there's no better way to kick that off other than Halloween, because you love to give treats on Halloween. And those kids, their faces just light up. So hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, we have this one currently, and here's our annual catalog. That's still current and going on. Of course, the best way to shop is StampiN'Up.com, and the reason why I say that is we have certain products that only are available, that only come out online. They're called our online exclusives, and we had a whole bunch of them hit September 3rd. So if you're not shopping online, you're missing out on the online exclusives. You're missing out on the Last Chance, which is our discounted products. You're missing out on our kits. So that is the best way to shop, even though our catalogs are awesome. Next Saturday, September 27th, from 10 to 2, if you're local. It's only for 4 hours. We will be, me and my husband, doing a craft show at Church Alive. This is the 5th one that they've had. It's a small one. It's a small church. I would say there's probably 50 vendors. It doesn't take a long time to go through it, but if you are here local and in the area, it is a great one to stop by. This is right down the road from me. It's off of Western, in between 33rd and 15th. If you know the Edmond roads, and it's Oklahoma City roads are 150th and 164th. So 15500 Northwestern Avenue. Again, this coming Saturday, September 27th. So there will not be a live next weekend. It's too busy to fit it all in. Sorry. But that does mean that when I come back, it'll be the month of October. It'll be World Card Making Day. We will start Halloween projects. We're going to hit the ground running. So, hope you stop by and see me. If you do, say hi. I would love to see you guys. Here's another one that we're doing. This one's not until November 8th. It's Earth Glow Market. This one's been around for years. It is a bigger one. It's at Church of the Servant. So that is off of MacArthur, in between Memorial and 150th. or Memorial and 33rd, whatever, you know, if you know Oklahoma City or Edmond streets. But it's from 9 to 3. And both of these are free, come and go. So stop by, say hi. Okay, guys, one last quick thing. I did open up registration for my October card and scrapbooking classes. So I have my calendar here. I just want to go over this with you. If it's something you're interested in, I need to know no later than September 30th. So here's today. You have a whole week to decide, plus a couple of days. I need to know by September 30th. If this is something you're interested in, let me know. I will have to order more supplies. I've already sent this out to my card club girls. And so I'm going to have to order some more materials. I will be putting in an order October 1st. So this is a shaker card, and it uses the cute treat bags as your shaker holder. And then this is just a quick and easy. We do some ink blending, some Stampin' Up! Blend coloring on it. And this one is so fast. All it is just cutting paper down, because this paper in this kit is cute. It's the spooky sweet of products. But those are the 3 cards. So if you're interested in that, the card class is going to be October 11th. It's $15. It's from 1 to 3. And these are, we're going to meet in person. I'm going to try to open this back up. So I think everybody's done with their summer vacations and we can start getting back together. So if you guys would like to come to the Crossings Church Crop, this is a free event. You bring what you want to work on. There's no teaching at this event. This is a come and go from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is off of Portland in between Memorial and 33rd, or Memorial and 150th. And it's just a great time to bring your craft. You can crochet, you can scrapbook, you can card make, you can do any crafting whatsoever. But it's a great time to fellowship and meet with other crafty women and just have a good time. We snack and eat and talk, and it's great. The scrapbook class is going to be on October 25th. The cost for this class is $45. We make 3 2-page layouts, so a total of 6 pages. It's from 1 to 5. Everything comes pre-cut, pre-measured, ready to go. You just have to put it down. And so again, if either one of these out of the 3 that you're interested in, let me know by the end of this month. The scrapbooking, I can show you a sneak peek. It is camping themed. So if you're going to go camping, this is a great 3 2-page layout. What happens at the campground stays at the campground, and then it gets laughed about all year long. This uses the Weekend Adventures Workshop Kit. Let me show that to you real quick. These are the 3 layouts that you can make with it that Stampin' Up! Has put out the instructions to. So if you want to make these 3 2-page layouts, just order this kit. I want to say it's like $32 maybe. I can't remember right offhand. But they do have step-by-step instructions on how to put those together. But I'm using these materials to make these pages. I've cut these on my Cricut. So there's Cricut cuts, there's some embellishments, some twine, It does have some of the stickers and the die cuts from that pack. Again, some little embellishments, some twine hidden back there. But there's layout 1. Here is layout 2, Life is Better Outdoors. This kit had some great paper in it. Had some great plaid, some great hiking boots and bears and trees, and I had a lot of fun with it. Explore, have fun. So that's layout 2. And then layout 3. I don't know if you guys remember these, I can't remember what it was called, but they came out with camping, you know, mugs and plates, and it had this blue, white splattered look. So it's got some of that paper in it. I thought that was really cool. It's all good in the woods. Again, Cricut cuts, some embellishments, some twine. Camping is my favorite sport. Some more Cricut cuts. Home is where you park it. And I have lots of Cricut cuts. In fact, I've got some that are mountain themed, like mountain air runs through my veins. So I think I'm going to actually use, because I have enough of this paper, I think I'm going to do November's class using the same paper, but it not being focused on camping. So, but it's still going to be focused on outdoor stuff. So again, those are the sneak peeks for October's card and scrapbooking class. We're going to meet in person. So if those dates, those times work out with you and you're interested, let me know. If you're ever interested in thinking that you might want to do some of my future classes, let me know. I'll add you to my email list. I try to only send out one monthly email list. I try not to bombard you, so unless there's a new catalog coming out that I want you to have the link to or something like that, you only get one email per month from me. So, anywho, okay, let's get to crafting, guys. We've done enough chatting. I think I'm a little nervous, I guess, about today's project. I made this 2 weeks ago, and I've been on vacation. I've rested. I'm ready to go. I just hope I can remember how to make this. Okay, so again, we're using the Sweet Jar. This is a bundle, online exclusive. Comes with a great stamp set and a punch. And again, this idea was on a fellow demonstrator's page. I saw just it in the background sitting in a box, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to make that. So there wasn't any instructions, no dimensions. I came up with that myself, and you can put other things than these little Bath and Body Works, but these are cute and perfect. So let's start. You only need a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. This is the thick cardstock, the white cardstock. You don't have to have the thick, but I wanted it to hold up a little bit better. So before I cut, let me kind of show you what we're doing. So you need a piece that measures 6 1/4 wide by 6 3/4 long, and then it's just scoring. So if you guys want to take a picture of that real quick, a screenshot, I will leave that there. This measures at it scores at 1, 2, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4 long ways. And then if you rotate it, on the 6 3/4 side, it measures 1, 2, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, and 6 3/4. So it's just a square. It's a very easy box to make. So we're going to start off with that. I'm going to go, again, 6 1/4. So I don't really care for our trimmer when it comes to these little measurements right here. I've put a little dot, so the last line before you get to this little part where it swings out, that is the 6 1/4. So I can barely even see it. And then we're going to go 6 3/4. Okay, so let me just make sure. I'm going to grab my little ruler here and make sure I'm at 6 3/4 by 6 1/4. Yes. That little measurement right there it makes me second guess myself. So on the 6 1/4 side, so the short side, we are going to score. So move your cutter blade out of the way because we're scoring only. I'm going to score at 1, at 2, at 4 1/4, at 5 1/4, I'm rusty. Ooh, I almost cut. Do not cut. Score. And then your last edge of the piece of paper is the 6 1/4. So rotate your paper, and on the 6 3/4, again, we're going to score at 1, 2, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, and then the edge of your paper is going to be the 6 3/4. So there is that one all scored. And if I would not have cut that piece of paper the way I did, I would have had enough down here at the bottom. But let me grab another piece of white, because I should have cut on the 6 3/4 side first before I did my 6 1/4 cut. Again, like I said, it's been 2 weeks since I have scrapbooked and card made, and I'm a little rusty. I'm a little nervous. You guys are making me nervous. Let me make sure that this is 8 1/2. It is. Okay. This was just a scratch piece that I had over here. So on this piece, this is what wraps around our box. And it's 3 inches tall, 8 1/2 wide. So like I said, if I would have cut my first 6 3/4, I could have cut this and had a whole piece for this. So you can make this box using just one 8 1/2 by 11 piece of paper if you cut it right. Hi Mom, how are you? This one is going to be scored at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 5 1/2, 6 1/2, and then the last one's the 8 1/2. So again, let's cut. We only need it 3 inches tall. And I'm going to cut on this side. And then move our cutting blade out of the way and we're going to score at 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 5 1/2, and 6 1/2. And then it's an 8 1/2 piece of paper, so that's our last one. Okay. You can put your cutter, your trimmer away, your score, and let's grab my bone folder. And my scissors. I tell you guys, I'm rusty. Now, to cut this piece of paper, I'm going to bring this back in so that you guys can see. Okay, so this was our square that we started with, that we have, that's all scored and ready to go. This is what we're going to. Oh, let me turn it around. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of that, that may help you kind of see where you're going. We're going to cut off these 3 little squares on either side. That's really all you're cutting off. And then we're just going to cut in and miter some corners. So I'm going to move that out of my way and bring back in my paper. And I like to cut before I burnish everything down. And the reason why I can do that is I feel like on the score lines I get a better cut because I know I'm cutting right up the center. So on the side that is 6 3/4. So this middle box, if you look at it, this is longer this way. It's shorter height-wise, longer width-wise. So you want to have it where it's a rectangle and it's long ways like this. Hopefully that makes sense. That'll kind of help you keep your bearings on which way is the 6 1/4 and which way is the 6 3/4. So again, like I said, I'm just going to cut up. I'm going to remove those 2 and this little one. So we're removing the 3 squares on each side. And we're going to come back in and we're going to cut in on these and miter these, so it's, you don't have to be perfect. You can see I'm just kind of tearing that off. Just get this bulk out of the way first, the squares that you don't need. And then we'll worry about the rest. Did you go work out, Mom? Were you a good girl? It's been kind of a rough morning here. I'm thinking I probably should have done my live tomorrow at 4. But, oh well. Okay. So, this is kind of what we're left with. Let me bring this back into frame. So we still have some stuff that we need to cut off. And it actually goes like this. Again, you want this middle rectangle to go longer. It's shorter high, longer wide. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to cut in on all of these right here. And those are going to be our little tabs that come open and glue down. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm I'm going to go ahead at this point and fold and burnish these down. And then we'll come in and we'll miter them. Just so we make sure that we get some good, nice, crisp fold lines. Okay, so that one is done. And then go ahead and bring in your other piece. There's no cutting on this one. It's just scoring and folding. So when I have all my lights turned on, it's really hard to see those score lines and those fold lines. This is just simply going to wrap around your box, and then your box slides in and out. So okay, I'm just making sure that that's folded really nice. Okay, so bring this back in, and again, we want this rectangle in the middle to go this way, long way, so it's shorter height wise. And we're just going to go around and we're pretty much going to miter all of these. And the only reason why you do this is so that when you fold up your box, it takes out a lot of the bulk and it just folds nicer. So we're just going to work our way around. And you're basically just mitering it. You're just going in and cutting little wedges, little triangles on all the little tab pieces. So just cutting up to that first score line on all the outer pieces. And they don't have to be perfect. Nobody is seeing them. And I can tell from the way I cut something, I need to go in this little piece right here. As a little, that's straight. I was gonna say it's a little wonky. Okay, so there's our box. And now we're gonna go in, and it's basically just going to, you're gonna put adhesive on these tabs right here. And these are gonna fold in and adhere to these. So you're gonna pull those up. And then once that's glued down, you're going to pop all of these down. Okay, let me get my wonderful, actually, I would say use tear and tape or green glue on this, but for video fastness, I'm just going to go ahead and put some snail on here, some of this, but you do want some good adhesive. So again, tear tape or your green capped multi-tombow adhesive glue. So again, you're going to pull these up. This you're going to line up these edges. So there's one, there's one, there's one, and there's one. And then you're going to come in, and I might use the green glue for this. Let me grab my green glue real quick. I have it over here to the side. It might be all stopped up because I haven't used it in a couple weeks. My vacation was wonderful. I've had many of you guys ask. I tried to post a lot of the pictures. I'm just grabbing some little clothespins I have. Okay. I really did, like, not go off grid. I mean, we weren't like out in nowhere land, but we took a vacation, a much needed vacation, and my green glue is all stopped up. Okay, so go ahead and take these and fold these over and in, and then I'm just going to take, I have these little clothespins here. I think I might have called them paper clips earlier, but these are going to be my little hands while we work on the other piece. So if you have any clips of any sort, grab those, and then you can just kind of put this to the side and let it do its job. And that will dry while we pull in our cover piece, which is this piece right here. So what we want to do is take our sweet jar punch. When I try to respond, I lose you. Oh no, Mom. Okay, don't go anywhere. So I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to try to center it. That fits really tightly in there. And if you want to, actually, let me back up real quick and I'll show you a little cheat. You guys want to see a cheat, a trick? Hold on just a second. Let me. Okay, so if you just out of your scrap paper punch out one already, then you can take your punch out, put some adhesive on the back, and then line this up exactly where you want it so that you're not guessing when you put your punch up there. So you can take your time and get this centered and exactly where you want it. That way when you punch, you kind of have a guideline. That looks pretty good, pretty straight. And then when you take your punch, you can just put that in there, line it up, and then you know exactly where you're punching. So, okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my stamp set. Again, it's Sweet Jar. And I have a lot of these stamps already mounted, and we're using a lot of them. So I grabbed all the hearts out of there. There's one that's got 3 hearts. There's one that's got 2. And then this is the hearts that are supposed to fit in the jar. That's why they've got this weird edge on it, because you're supposed to take this stamp and stamp it inside the jar. So that's why it's rounded like that. But that's okay. We can use it as is. And then for our saying, this says sending a little treat your way. So sending a little your way is one stamp set. And then you can take love, luck, sweetness, party, and put it in there. That's how this is designed to work. Now what I did was, this says a little treat for you. Well, I wanted sending a little treat your way. So I went ahead and took my scissors or your craft knife, be very careful when you do this, and I took this word treat off of there. I just cut that off. Let me show you. So see, this was supposed to say a little treat for you, and you can still take this off this block and butt it back up in there and use that as the way it's intended. But I have found that I get a little bit more use out of my stamps if I manipulate them the way I want them. So that was worth it for me. You have to be the deciding factor on that. And really what I should have done probably before I, like I said, I made this box 2 weeks ago, so I forgot. But I should have stamped this before I folded and burnished this, because now these little lines are going to show up. So just, I'm trying to think if I want to redo that. I can. I've got another piece of paper, and it's not going to take but a second. Actually, I can use my template probably. Yeah, let me use this, because no one's going to see or be any the wiser. However, I might run into the same problem. No, I think we'll be good. Let me use this one. I'm going to cut off the very little top part of this, just because it has a hard edge. So, I mean, like, I really just a little itty bitty bit. So I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to use Strawberry Slush. This is one of our new in colors. You could use any color that you want. And I'm going to go around. I'm going to start from the inside and work out on both sides. And I'm just going to randomly do it, kind of tilting and moving as I go. I'm going to flip this around. Oh, and I should have started, make sure you start from the in and go out, because if not, then you're left with a space like this. But I can fix that here in a second. So then that's where these little bitty hearts come in handy. So to fill this, I'm just going to come over here. And again, we're going to tilt this and turn this and just kind of fill in our little extra spots. And I might not even need the one that has the 2 hearts on it. This may do a good enough job. Okay, So this is where, if you've got any other little opened spots, you can come in here with this one. I think that's good. And then what we're going to do, it's called second generation stamping, or stamping off. So this is supposed to be the little chocolate chips for your cookies, but to me it looks like confetti. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put this in my stamp pad. I'm going to stamp off and then come over here to the side. And you can leave this part off if you want. If this is too busy for you, that's fine. Just don't forget to not stamp off. What that does is it makes it the same color, but a shade lighter. So it's just background. See, I almost forgot to stamp off. You're almost making your own patterned paper. I want to come back over here. There's a couple of empty spaces. Okay, I think I'm good. Now, if I were to put this in here and stamp off again and then come, that would be third generation. So it just, however many times you want to stamp off. So I'm happy with that. Now what we can do is go ahead and score. If I would have used this piece of paper that we've already scored, you would have had these marks to where it didn't stamp very well. I mean, you could still do it. It would be okay. Okay. So the way this is going to work, actually, before I do that, we're going to bring in a piece of acetate, or Stampin' Up! Calls them window sheets. We sell them in 12 by 12. But it's just, you could also use the packaging on any of your stamps. So your stamps come with some packaging on it. Your ribbon, your twine come in some packaging. Any of this stuff is going to work. You just want it to be clear and see-through. So whatever you have on hand, don't feel like you have to go and order window sheets. We're going to stamp on this, but before we do that, we're going to put it in here and put it where we want it. Now you can use whatever adhesive works best for you. If you were using this treat box for something else, say candy or little cookies, since there are little chocolate chip cookie stamps, that would be really cute. You might want to really secure this window sheet on, like with some green capped mono adhesive glue. This stuff right here. If you guys ever wonder, that is what's in my bottle. I just have a more of a precise tip. Sometimes the tip on this, I get glue everywhere. So, but since I'm only using it for these, I'm going to just go ahead and use glue dots again for just the speed and easiness of the video. So I'm going to take a glue dot and put a glue dot in each one of these corners. And then I can just turn this over and lay this right here where I need it. And hopefully, I may have to cut off, it looks like I am. Oh, nope, it doesn't overhang. So that piece, just so you know, it is cut at 2 wide, and since this is 3 inches tall, I would say that this is probably like 2 3/4. Yeah. Because you want to make sure that it covers all of this in here, but it doesn't overhang the sides. So, okay. The hardest part about this project is what we're fixing to do, and it's not hard, it's just kind of tedious. I'm going to use StazOn ink. We don't use that very often. It is a permanent ink. It does stain your stamps, so I will never get the black off of this stamp. It won't stamp black, but that black's on there. They do make StazOn stamp cleaner, and that works some, but not, it doesn't get it all off. So this is StazOn, and basically what it does is it stays on. It doesn't smear, it doesn't, so it's great for transparency paper. A lot of people love the smell of this. It is very potent. It smells like almond extract. But I've got my little refill here, and I'm just gonna put some ink on this just to make sure that it's really good. I don't use this pad all the time, so it kind of dries out. Even with me storing it upside down, it dries out really fast. So I'm going to throw some ink refiller on there. And I'm going to come in here with Sending a Little Your Way. I'm going to make sure I get that really good and inked. And if you don't get this right the first time, which I probably won't, there is a way you can take rubbing alcohol and remove this. I'm going to use my grid paper, and I'm probably going to stand up over this just so I can get a better view. But I'm going to take my stamp and I'm going to line it up with my grid paper. I'm going to hold it down there for a second. We'll see if I'm straight. I am straight, but I don't like the way it's stamped. So, again, I'm going to take, I have some rubbing alcohol in here. I'm going to take that, put it on a Q-tip, and it comes off. You might want to have a little towel so you can dry it. And like I said, this is the most tedious part of this project because, of course, I want to get it just right. I don't want to be handing somebody some weird, you know, saying that's all crooked. So I'm going to use my grid paper again. And I can tell I already smeared when I ran that across. But actually, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to leave that. I thought I smeared it, but I didn't. So now I'm going to bring in the one that says Treat. And again, I'm going to line that up on my grid paper so that I can use this and make sure I get it straight. Yep, that didn't work. So I'm going to come back in with my Q-tip. take that off. Attempt 2. It's worth it, I promise. Hopefully not get my head in the camera. Nope. So it's not like you can mess it up. I mean, you can have attempt after attempt after attempt. The problem is when you're using StazOn and you're stamping on a slick surface, it's just not as easy to stamp. I think I'm good with that. Actually, I'm not. I could be for video's sake, that would have been fine. It was readable, it was straight. However, it had what I'm going to call a shadow behind it. So maybe, what is this, attempt number 4? Okay. Let's hold my mouth just right. Let's breathe just right. Let's see if I can. Ooh, I smeared on that. Nope, it's fine. Okay, it's just the tea that I smeared on. Do I like it? Do I not? Guys, I'm too much of a perfectionist. Okay. Line my stuff up. There we go. So sending a little treat your way. It's doable, I promise, and it's worth it. It is a little finicky. Now, I don't know if you guys caught this or not. I kind of missed a step, and I even had a reminder over here. So I did take a piece of strawberry slush, and this is completely up to you, and I can still do this because I only used glue dots on that. But if you want to have a lid that is the matching color, you would want to put adhesive on it. And I can probably still, let's see. I can probably still pull this up. Yep. Now, if you were to have already glued this down, you probably would not be able to do this part. But, and actually, I didn't even need to punch that out. I'm so sorry. See, it has been way too long. Like I said, I made this 2 weeks ago. You just need a strip of paper to stick in there. So let me put some, let's see. Are you guys laughing at me yet? I'm gonna put some green capped glue around the edges. Ouch. going to stick this down. Hold that for a second. Put my clear piece back over it. And now we have a lid that matches. You could leave it clear, it's fine either way. I do need to come in here with my rubbing alcohol and clear up some black streaks on this though, from where I didn't clean it very well. Okay. There we go. Now it's a very easy, because all we're going to do is we're going to take our box that has had little clothespin fingers holding it down, so it's all nice and glued. We're going to take our little sanitizer and we're going to just wrap this around. That's all you do. And you'll notice that the back, there is one side that does not go all the way over and one side that does go all the way over. So you want that piece that goes all the way over to be on top. So again, I would take, you know, your green capped glue or some, oh, let's just go ahead and get it. I have it right here. Some tear and tape. More of a stronger adhesive for sure to keep this nice and closed. I'm going to put a piece here on the edge and then one on this edge. This is the edge that does not go all the way over. Oh, come on. I'm rusty. You guys are making me nervous. That's what happens when you take a week off. You forget. Forget how to do your job. So I'm going to peel that part off. And then I'm going to peel this part off. And you're just going to take it. And again, this piece goes all the way to that score line, to that fold. And then you just push it down. And then your box just slides in. Just a little slider box. Cute, huh? Okay, and then, of course, you know, nothing is complete without some ribbon or some embellishment. So I'm going to add some ribbon here. I'm going to probably just go ahead, because it's easier for me to cut it off and get it off my ribbon spool. And you can put your ribbon wherever you want. If you want it on the top, on the bottom, in the middle. I just thought it looked really cute in between the jar lid and the jar. And of course you have to play with your ribbon, get it just right to make it look all cutesy. I won't sit here and make you guys watch me tie a ribbon, but Where are my little ribbon scissors? Cut off your tails. I always like to leave them a little extra long for the cutesiness of stuff. And then, you know, you come in here and you have to make your bows really pronounced. Anyway, just play with it, fiddle with it until you're happy with it, until it looks beautiful enough to give it as a gift. But there is your cute little treat box. Where'd my other one go? This one I actually used Melon Mambo to do the hearts, and then I was like, no, I need strawberry slush. So that's why you've got strawberry slush on this one and Melon Mambo on that one. I like the strawberry slush better, and I had a coordinating ribbon with the strawberry slush. The Melon Mambo I was going to have to use some old ribbon on because we don't have anything current. So anyway, that's our video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you, oh thanks Mom, like the cute little treat box. I love it. You could just tie a bow and put it on the little handle of that treat box. That would look super cute too. But it is quick and easy, and it's fun and not an expensive way to say, hey, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you. So again, a craft show next Saturday, Church Alive off of Western, in between 164th and 150th. The actual address is 15500 Northwestern. It's from 10 to 2. If you're here local, I would love it if you come out, say hi. If you have to travel, I probably wouldn't. It's a small one. It's not going to take but maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes to run through and see everything. I have over 650 handmade cards for all seasons. I have 62-page scrapbook layouts done that are up for purchase. I have tons of stamped coasters, candles, ornaments, desk calendars, treat boxes. So I have a ton of stuff to look through, sift through. Surely you can find something. I don't ever find it hard to find something, but come see me if you're here local. I would love to say hi and see you. Again, 10 to 2, September, Saturday, the 27th. In saying that, I will not have a Facebook Live next weekend. So it'll be another weekend off for me as far as videos go, and I apologize for that, but I will make up for it. Because when we come back, it is Halloween, baby. It's my favorite time of year. I don't know if that has to do with me having an October birthday. When I grew up, I always had a Halloween themed birthday. We did little haunted huts in our wooden forest in our back. It was, my mom made it wonderful. So thank you, Mom, for that, because I loved my birthdays. We bobbed for apples. We put our hands in yucky, sticky stuff that we didn't know what it was. I just had great birthdays. And I look back on all those, and Halloween's my favorite time of year. I'm a Halloween girl. So anyway, we will come back raring to go with all the new holiday mini products that I have been showing off to you guys the last couple of weeks. We'll do, what is that, 3 weeks of Halloween, and then we'll do a couple of fall, and then we'll get right into Christmas. So you guys stay tuned. Lots of fun and exciting things to come. But if you're out and about next Saturday, stop by, say hi, 10 to 2. Talk to you guys later. Have a great week. Bye-bye.